All right, I'm going to talk about Starbucks, but first I have to tell you about this guy who I used to work with. He thought he was a real ladies' man. He would always go on his lunch break and after work down to this strip club near where we worked. And he'd come back and he'd tell these stories about how much the girls really liked him and how they told him he needed to come back, and they gave him a gold card even, and they just always liked him to be there, and so he would always go there. And they took this stupid idiot for pretty much every bit of his money that he didn't have to pay his rent or eat with, and they did it for months. He couldn't understand why they wouldn't go out with him, but they always had an excuse and stuff. So how's this connected to Starbucks? Well, the pro-gun community is very upset right now because Starbucks has come out and said, we want you to stop carrying your guns in Starbucks. And I think it's really our own damn fault because we've been a bunch of idiots just like my friend. We went out to Starbucks, and just because when they were pushed to the wall and asked about it a couple years ago, they came out and said, Starbucks does not take any position on this. We as in Starbucks, just want to let any local laws take effect. So if your state says you can carry a gun in Starbucks, then go ahead and carry a gun in Starbucks. So all they did is basically said, we're not taking a damn side. And that's right, because you know what? Businesses shouldn't take a damn side. It's not their job to take a side. It's up to the lawmakers and the people. It's not a business's job to get involved in politics. So Starbucks is a stripper. It's a strip club. They want to sell you coffee. That's all they want. They don't give a rat's ass if you're carrying a gun, if you're dressed like an idiot, if you're a preppy guy with a laptop. They want to sell you coffee. They'll let you come in on your iPad. They'll let you sit out. They used to let you sit outside and smoke cigarettes. Probably the reason they don't let you do that anymore is because people bitched about people smoking cigarettes. So every decision that Starbucks makes is about selling as much freaking coffee as possible to you stupid people that buy Starbucks coffee, okay? I mean, I've had a cup or two in my life, but I don't go there every day like some people. Don't got no Starbucks credit card or nothing like that. I don't even really like their coffee. I just go there when other people want to meet me there. But Starbucks is only interested in selling you coffee, just like a stripper is only interested in the dollars and 20s you stuff in her G-string. They don't care about your Second Amendment rights. They don't care. They never have cared. Wake up. We, as the gun community, keep going out to Starbucks with our stupid iPhones and our video cameras, and there are a couple guys like down in San Antonio carrying freaking AR-15s and AKs with the bolts back and empty magazines in them, sitting out front drinking a cup of coffee, having the cops called on them, and then other people going with huge groups of people with guns like, hey, the stripper down at Starbucks, the barista said, she really likes me and wants me to come back and buy more coffee, and I was wearing my gun. We should all go down there as a big group and take our guns down there to show everyone how great Starbucks is. And then we started making freaking t-shirts saying Starbucks is pro-guns, and we started doing Starbucks Appreciation Day and started doing all this shit. It's the same thing when a guy goes down to a strip club and he gets too freaking creepy for the strippers, so they gotta have the bouncers walk them out to their damn cars. That's what we drove Starbucks to. They finally just said, enough is enough. These guys are getting out of hand. They keep making videos. They keep making it look like Starbucks is the old freaking West in a saloon, and they're using us as an example, saying that we're all pro-gun and all we care about is coffee. So they had to sit down and they had to make a decision, okay? And it was an easy freaking decision. You want to know why? Because they went down and said, okay, people pay $5 for a cup of coffee and they're freaking idiots. How many people of our customer base are really pro-gun, and how many are freaking hippies on their laptops that don't really care about guns one way or the other? And the fact is, there's a hell of a lot more people that don't give a crap about guns and just want to drink freaking coffee all day long and sit on their stupid laptops and iPads than there are people who are heavily into the pro-gun movement. We're a minority. The heavy pro-gun movement is a minority. The anti-pro-gun movement is a minority. They're worried about the 80% in the damn middle that drinks coffee because they're freaking sheep, and all they do is drink coffee and eat burgers and get fat. Okay, that's all Starbucks cares about, is as many human beings going into their stores drinking coffee. They don't want people with guns in there scaring off the idiots. They don't want people anti-gun in their stores with signs saying, don't go to Starbucks. All they want is people drinking their freaking coffee. That's it. They don't care about guns one way or the other. They don't want guns in their store. If we didn't crap the bed on them and make such a big deal out of it and get it all over the damn internet to where it will scare off their actual stupid, idiot, middle-of-the-line American customers, they would never have come out and said, don't bring your guns into the store. They had to do that to get us to stop doing it, so that if somebody showed up with 20 of their friends all open carrying, then the store might possibly have the ability to say, you guys aren't supposed to have those in here, please leave, okay? They even came out and said, we don't want to ask people to leave the stores if they bring guns in, and everyone doesn't even get that. The reason they say that is because if I come in by myself and I'm open carrying and I get a cup of coffee and drink it and leave, they don't care about me. I'm not the problem. People will look at it and they're in an open carry area and go, oh, there's one guy open carrying, we see that on occasion. No one will even freaking notice. It's when you bring 10 assholes in carrying their damn guns on, you know, freaking out in the open that everyone goes, holy shit, there's 10 guys with guns over there. What the hell is going on? That's what they're trying to avoid. That's why they said they're not going to ask people to leave, because what they really mean is we're not going to ask our patrons to leave. We're going to ask the a-holes that come in mass to leave and then call the cops on them like we've had happen in the past. Or if our customers call the cops on them, then the corporate policy's in place to kick them out. So like the 3 guys who were sitting in front of the San Antonio one with the ARs and AKs, when the people called the cops on them, Starbucks can simply say, hey, Starbucks policy is we're not supposed to have guns technically in the stores. Haul those assholes off or tell them to get the hell out. Okay? So, for all of you dense mother effers out there that don't get it, Starbucks is a coffee money whore. They do not care about your guns. They only want people to buy their coffee. You coming in and making problems in videos with your guns is what drove them to tell you to get the F out, okay? So, I'm glad we had this conversation. I hope you understand it. I know I'm gonna get nasty comments, but the truth is painful and it really sucks ass sometimes.
Meep, meep.